My brothers in Christ, it has happened. Race Sim Studio have done it again. But Jimmy, what have they done? Please tell us in an engaging way that will encourage me to subscribe to view future videos. I got you, fam. So if you're a fellow racing degenerate, you'll probably know what a Porsche 919 Evo is. But it's okay if you don't. Basically, a couple of years ago, Porsche were taking part in the World Endurance Championship, WECLs. And they entered something called the Porsche 919 LMP1 car. Now, the LMP1 class is no longer around. It's been replaced by Hypercar, LMDH. And to say goodbye to the 919 LMP1, Porsche went, let's take off the shackles. So the 919 went from being already fairly fecking rapid to being F1 beating fast. In fact, the car managed to lap the Nordschleife in 5 minutes and 19 seconds, which is, yeah, fairly good going. And whilst we've kind of had a version of this car in the past, we now have a proper full-blown, full-modelled, crazy physics, crazy hybrid version available in Assetto Corsa. And I'm going to drive it.
Oh, gee, Jimmy, I wonder which track you're going to drive the 919 Evo at. I wonder. I don't know. Big secret. Everyone's going to be so surprised.
And there it is, the totally not Porsche 919 Evo. In fact, actually, sorry, it's the ProTech P91 Tribute. I see what you're doing there, Race Sim Studios. I see what you're doing. So, like everything with Race Sim Studio, this thing is just a work of art, both visually and audio, blee, soundy. It sounds good. And for some context, I wanted to show you guys the speed of this thing and how quickly this thing gets to 100 miles an hour or 160 Ks down there. So I'm going to just back it up a little bit, give ourselves a little bit of room. Back her up. Back her up, boys. Back her up. Go. What? It is so fast. And now we're going to try and drive it around the circuit quickly. So yeah, of course, I've driven a kind of version of the 919 Evo before, a mod, but this is the real deal. Holy shit! Holy shit, it's fast. Every corner, we're going to find ourselves sinking fairly far in advance as we go round. Just making sure we're in the right place. And oh my god, this thing sounds fantastic as well. It sounds super aggressive, but also purposeful. It's got that sort of spaceship noise there from the hybrid, which I'm going to shut up for a second and let you hear as we go down the straight. Oh, that's 200 miles an hour. Now I have my finger there on the hybrid. You can see in the bottom right on the speedo, that little green bar, that's how much deploy we have left. So I can just completely use that. And if I go through all that, we're easily touching 360 Ks. It is so quick. So, despite the fact we're doing 360 Ks, or 340, sorry, I can brake so late. The car does not give a shit. There's so much grip, so much speed, that you spend a lot of your time thinking, you know what, I didn't quite go fast enough there, despite entering the corner at way over any kind of normal speed. Way over. Hello, mate. Rebel Tree's seen all sorts of shit in his time, and this is just another version. Now, because this mod is from Race Sim Studio, it just feels absolutely fantastic. You can pick this up for £3.79 of your finest pretend English monies, or slightly more after tax, and my god, is it worth it. I mean, right now, this is like the equivalent of cruising, and you can just feel the speed of this car. Now, in terms of how it handles, I mean, apart from having to sort of keep up with your brain, because your brain's trying desperately to just sort of melt and pour out of your ears, it's not so bad. It has a lot of rotation and on throttle, as you'd expect from a car which on the hybrid is four-wheel drive and has 1,000 plus horsepower. You're going to understeer a little bit, like there, for example. It's very easy just to mess it up a little bit. But then up the hill here, you can see we're still regaining hybrid, because we also regain our hybrid through the engine as well. But just press the button, watch the speedo. And you're holding on for dear life. Can we do this flat in this car? There is so much aero. So much aero. Now in real life, this car apparently wasn't even being run at 10 temps on its fast lap. They reckon there was more time in it, and it still did a 5:19. Now a 5:19, it's hard to describe how quick that is, because video games have sort of ruined us a little bit. But a 5:19 is nearly a minute quicker than a was it 962 or a 956 Group C car driven by Stefan Bell. I find that to be unreal, because that, you know how much I love those old Group C cars, and they are very fast, but this is just another level. A minute faster is a crazy achievement. Is that? I reckon it could be if I had if I was a bit braver. You can see right now I've got a bit excited and I've blown my load too early. I've got no hybrid left, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that, no deploy, let it regen. Then what we're going to do is go for a quick lap, see how we do. Now I would like to try and get underneath 5:19, that's my goal, given that is the IRL time. And I'm a sim racer, so I haven't got to deal with that pesky being killed if I have a massive crash. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let the car recharge down the straight here. You see, still, even without hybrid, I'm still hitting 200 miles an hour just on the ICE. And you think about how much aero this car has. That is so impressive. Right, okay. I'm going to put it onto the medium deploy setting. And then we're going to aggressively. Right, here we go then, boys. Let's see what this car can do and what I can do, if anything. Oh my god, there's just so much speed. Up on the curb. This is flat down here, got to be confident that it is. Oh, easy flat. Very easy flat. Now it's about just riding these bumps in the right way. Trying to avoid these massive curbs. You want to be close to them, but of course if you touch them, it unsettles the car. Oh, sliding through there. I thought that was going to be just a simply horrendous incident on the curb. I don't really want to do that. Now I'm going to let the car get up to speed a bit here. Use the hybrid, this is where we can gain a lot of time. Just by keeping it absolutely lit through here. It is worth boosting. Does use a bit of hybrid, but it's worth just staying, because you stay at 350 k's. There's time you gain all the way through the lap. 350 kph, and it's completely flat through this left hand. I'd like to see me to try this. And then down through the gears, roll it in, and then on the throttle again, straight away, and back on a hybrid again. Hitting that limiter there in 4th and 5th gear. I'm coming up for the speed. Through the revs quicker than I can actually keep my brain in check. Through the foxhole over the rise, flat easy. And again, rolling it in a bit here. Trying to just roll the speed. Gordy's favourite saying. Then just absolute rocket ship out of here. Past the rebel tree at 300 kilometres an hour. Oh, just tucked in the grass, I've got to be careful. Precision's next level here. It's so easy just to run onto the grass, because it comes up on you and you don't realise it's happening. Not a bad lap so far, fairly neat and tidy. Again, just a little bit of a blend through there. 260 k's at the apex, that is unreal speed. A bit slow through there, but again, this thing just explodes out of the corners. Oh, Race Sim Studio, I f***ing love you guys. Oh, a bit wide there, but it's okay. We'll just cure it with power. It's a really okay lap so far. And just roll it in. Ah, Jimmy, there's an apex there somewhere, mate. Don't worry about it. Right now, I'm going to just boost up the hill here. It is worth it. Again, it's just speed that we're going to carry all the way to the end of a lap. So there you go, fully ejected up the hill, 340 k's. We are going to lose a bit of speed up here. Although it does regen, so I can just give it a little tap on the old button if we start falling below 330 k's. It's insane, you're doing over 200 miles an hour for those who aren't kilometrically inclined. Oh my god, that was nearly just a horrendous accident. And then on the brakes, it stopped so well. For a car with this much aero, you expect it to really be tricky on the brakes, but it doesn't give a shit. It just smashes into the floor. Now in real life, it goes up around here. We don't have to do that in sim. I went in a bit quick there, had a little bit of a moment. Luckily, I was able to correct it. Now, unfortunately, I'm out of boost now, so I'm having to do it the old-fashioned way. Oh, I never get that one right. I always go a little bit wide there. This is where we can really attack through here. Take the most of all that aero we've got. Oh my god, this is fast. I know it's fast because I start getting warm. My brain starts getting warm. I start overheating. Right, I'm going to go to... Now, you're wondering why I've gone to no deploy. I'm trying to save some now for the straight. I do not want to be allowed to deploy on the straight. So I'm going to just try and maximise as much as possible through here. I feel like the real life counterpart of this has a slightly better deploy than I have, but you know what, it's okay. It feels so slow without the boost, but I'm still doing like in Mach 2. Okay, right. Through this last round, a small lift on the way in, and then we're going to just give it everything down the straight. Holy sh! I've just got my finger basically welded to the button, so anything it regens, it goes straight back into the car. Starting to lose a little bit of speed now. Back down the hill. Put my deploy back on for this last corner. I'm going to brake so late. Oh, 519's in the mud, mate. 4 minutes and 58 seconds. Sub 5 minutes. Holy sh! What a car this is. I mean, like, the real life version of the car, of course, is just an amazing achievement. I would love to see it come out some more. Porsche, if you're watching, go do more crazy shit with this car because it's unreal. But massive, massive props to the guys at Race Sim Studio. You know what? I think they are probably the best modding team of all time. They've got to be. Everything they touch just turns to gold. This is no exception. If you're a prototype fan, if you're an LMP1 fan, if you're just a fan of fast heckin' cars, go and buy this. You will not regret it. But gushing aside, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the return to the Nordschleife with the Porsche 919 Evo, this new version of it. If you did enjoy the video, as always, I'd very much appreciate you just hitting that like button, subscribing if you want to see more content like this. And as I said, the link for this mod will be down below in the description. I'm not sponsored at all by these guys. They are just that good. So go get the car. Take care. Have an awesome day. I'm going to do some more laps. See ya.